शक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, 4th chapter. We heard yesterday how Ambarish Maharaj's subjects, those who were ruled by Ambarish Maharaj, they had no desire for any pleasures of this world or of the heavenly planets also, because they were constantly engaged in hearing and speaking the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Those who are deriving pleasure from the self, they have no desire to attain any mundane pleasures. In this manner, Ambarish Maharaj, through his devotion, he gradually became freed from all his material attachments. Whatever material wealth or other things are there, because the Lord was satisfied by his devotion, by his grace, Ambarish Maharaj was slowly freed from, or gradually freed from, all any kinds of material attachments. He considered his family, his house, his wife, children, friends and relatives, the elephants and chariots, the carts and invaluable gems, the decorative jewels and ornaments, etc., cloths, garments, all these things he considered them to be temporary, and therefore he had no attachment to any of these things. The Lord was pleased by his devotion and thus gave Sudarshan Chakra to him, who would rescue him from any kinds of danger. Sudarshan Chakra is a protector of the devotees from all kinds of enemies. So that Sudarshana was given by the Supreme Lord to Ambarish Maharaj, or you can say that Sudarshan Chakra was protecting Ambarish Maharaj always. Ari Radha Ishuhu Krishnang Mahishya Tulyashilaya Yuktam संवत्सरम वीरो दधार द्वादशी व्रतम। वीर अम्बरीश कृष्णेर आराधना वासनाय आत्मतुल्य महिषीर सहित संवत्सर जावत द्वादशी व्रत धारण करियाछिलेन। Ambarish Maharaj, who was such a powerful ruler and very, what do you call, warrior, that Ambarish Maharaj only with the only desire to please Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, he had observed Dwadashi Vrata for 1 year along with all his wives. So, with all his wives, he has observed Dwadashi Vrata, which is also called as Ekadashi Vrata, Ekadashi, Dwadashi. Dashami, Ekadashi, Dwadashi. Dwadashi Vrata, why it's called Dwadashi Vrata is because it is culminating on the Dwadashi day. That's why it's called Dwadashi Vrata. So, he along with his wives observed Dwadashi Vrata for 1 year along with his wives. Shri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, ताहार श्री एकादशी व्रतेर निष्ठा प्रदर्शनेर द्वाराई समस्त भक्ति निष्ठा जानाई बार निमित्त बोलते चैन आर्य साधक श्री कृष्णेर आराधना इच्छुक हइया संवत्सर व्यापी द्वादशी व्रत पालन करते छिलेन. Shri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur writes that by observing this Ekadashi Vrata, it is being mentioned that Ambarish Maharaj is desirous of performing all those things by which the Lord is satisfied. Means Ekadashi is one of those tithis which is very dear to the Supreme Lord. When one observes this Ekadashi Vrata, the Lord is very pleased with him. Therefore, knowing that this particular Vrata or vow gives pleasure to Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, he observed this Ekadashi Vrata. Means Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says, by this particular activity, Sukadeva Goswami is telling that he engaged in all the activities that are favorable for devotion, out of which Ekadashi is one. That is what he is indicating. Madhava Tithi Bhakti Janani Yatane Palana Kari Krishna Vasati Vasati Boli Parama Adaravari. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing about those that are favorable to devotion. This is called Madhava Tithi. Madhava Tithi means this is the dear, this Tithi is very dear to Lord Madhava, Supreme Lord. Bhakti Janani, those who observe this Ekadashi, it gives birth to Bhakti. Ekadashi Devi gives birth to Bhakti. Yatane Palana Kari. I observe this with great endeavor, with great effort. I want to observe this Vrata. Why? Krishna Vasati Vasati Boli Parama Adarevari. I want to regard this Ekadashi Vrata very, very, high. I want to get this very high. Why? Because Krishna Vasati Vasati Boli. Because Krishna is residing in this Tithi. Therefore, I want to regard this very high. This vow. So, this Ekadashi Vrata is one of the limbs of devotion. Ekadashi Vrata Palan is one of the 64 limbs of devotional practice that is there in the Tantra Shastras, or you can say 64 limbs given by Rupa Goswami. So, Ambarish Maharaj, along with all other devotional limbs, he also observed this Ekadashi Vrata. Vratante Kartike Masi Triratram Samuposhitah Snatah Kadachit Kalindyam Harim Madhuvane Archayat. Vratante Kartik Mase एक दिन महाराज अम्बरीश त्रिरात्र उपवासेर पर जमुनाते स्नान करिया मधुवने श्री हरिर अर्चना करिते छिलेन. And after the Vrata got concluded in the month of Kartika, for 1 year he observed this in Madhuvan, in Vrindavan, one of the forests. Madhuvan is one forest in Mathura. There are 12 vanas, out of which Madhuvana is one. Where
It's on the northeast side.
I don't exactly know the locations. It is the place where Dhruva had performed immense penances. It is Madhuvan. So he observed for 1 year there, and after the one day, because this in the month of Kartik, this 1 year comes to an end. Maharaj Ambarish, he observed fast for 3 days. Fast for 3 days means on Dashami he would eat only once. On Ekadashi he would not eat or drink anything. And on Dwadashi he would eat again only once. This is called Triratra, and 3 nights performing Sankirtan. He is performing Sankirtan all the 3 nights, and 2 days he is eating only half one meal, and then on Dwadashi no meal, no water. Sorry, on Ekadashi. In this way he observed, and on the conclusion day he did this, and then Sri Hari Archana Koritechil, and then he was performing the worship of Lord Hari. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Bratante tahar आयु पर्यंत एकादशी व्रतनिष्ठत्व থাকিলেও একবার শ্রী মথুরা মণ্ডলে संवत्सर मात्र एकादशी व्रत करिबार अभिलाष हইয়াছিল अतएव সেই व्रतेर पूर्ति दिवसे. Now there is a word used as vratante at the end of this vrata, which he has observed for 1 year. So which might indicate that he has observed Ekadashi only for 1 year. If we also observe Ekadashi for 1 year in our entire lifetime, then that is okay. We may think so. But here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining that even though he observed this Ekadashi Vrata for all of his lifetime, for 1 year he observed in Braja Mandal, in Mathura Mandal. 1 year he observed full in that Mathura Mandal. So when his observance of this Ekadashi Vrata in Mathura Mandal has come to an end, at that time Triratram दशमी ओ द्वादशी रात्रि काले अन्न भोजनेर अभावे एवं एकादशीते निरंबु व्रत कराय एखाने त्रिरात्र उपवासेर पर यह बोला है. Thakur says Triratra. What is 3 nights? He is telling that 3 nights means he is not eating on all the 3 nights. On Dashami night he is not eating anything, and on the Dwadashi night also he does not eat anything. But on the day of Ekadashi, anyway he is not eating and not drinking anything. That's also the 3rd night. So Dashami, Ekadashi and Dwadashi, all the 3 nights he is not eating anything. जे कोनो व्रतेर पूर्व दिन रात्रिते संयम एवं व्रतेर परदिवस पारण करिया रात्रिते संयम करिले व्रत पूर्ण হয়. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, whatever vow you may observe, any vrata that you may observe, the vrata or that particular vow is called complete only if you refrain from eating the previous night and also not eat on the day after vrata in the night. Then only it's called complete. Otherwise it remains incomplete. He is telling that you have to control your tongue and stomach the night before and the night after also. Very difficult, because here we eat a lot. On the Dashami night, little more prasad is prepared, and those who have no practice of eating on the night, they will also be informed, tomorrow is Ekadashi, eat. You have to eat, tomorrow is Ekadashi. Oh, okay. And the Bengali devotees, they have the habit of eating, rice. Unless until they don't eat rice, their stomach is not full. Other days they eat roti, but on Dashami night they eat roti plus rice. To otherwise the stomach will not be felt as full. Means one needs to completely refrain from eating, but we eat more because next day we don't have to. We cannot eat till afternoon. In Ekadashi we observe not before noon we don't eat. So because tomorrow there is no breakfast, up to 12 noon we cannot eat anything, so we will have extra food in the night itself. But it is not the way to observe. You have to control your belly even a day before. It's actually said, it is said at several places that before the Vrata begins, before the Ekadashi Vrata begins, there should not be anything remaining in the upper stomach. Everything should have got digested and gone to the intestines. That is the thing, there should not be anything left in the upper stomach to be digested yet. That is basically going to break our fast. It's not called as fast. Sometimes you see, if you overeat on any particular night, next day you'll have burpings. That's basically carrying your some of the grains or some of those things back into your mouth. It's basically you are breaking your you're not observing the fast. So the ideal thing is don't eat anything in the night. But Kali Yuga Jivas, at least they said, okay, you eat, but don't eat anything on Ekadashi at least. So, but according to what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, one should not eat on the 3 nights. महाभिषेक विधिना सर्वोपस्कर संपदा अभिषिच्याम्बरा कल्पैर्गन्धमाल्यार्हणादिभिः तद्गतान्तरभावेन पूजयामास केशवं ब्राह्मणांश्च महाभागान् सिद्धार्थनापि भक्तितः. तिनी महाभिषेक विधि अनुसारे सर्वविध उपचारे श्री हरीर अभिषेक करिया वस्त्र अलंकार गंधमाल्य प्रभृति पूजोपकरण श्री कृष्ण के एवं महाभाग्यवान सिद्धिकाम सूत्रांग पूजादीर अपेक्षा शून्य ब्राह्मण गण के भक्ति पूर्वक पूजा करिलेन. So after observing this Ekadashi, on the day of Dvadashi, he has performed Maha Abhishek, the grand Abhishek ceremony of Lord, Sarvaveda Upachara, using all the various kinds of paraphernalia. He worshipped Lord Hari and he also bathed him on the day of Dvadashi. And after that, he decorated the Supreme Lord or the deities with beautiful garments and ornaments, and also he offered sandalwood pulp and garlands. In this manner, he performed the Abhisheka as well as worship of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna by becoming Krishnaika Chitta Bhav, by completely engrossing his mind in the Supreme Lord. Not just as a matter of fact, oh, today is Dvadashi, I need to do Archan, I need to do this Abhishek, just finish it off quickly because I am very hungry, I have to grab some food morsel. No, not like that. Krishna Eka Chitta. His mind is fixed on Krishna, not on food. Ordinarily, if we don't eat anything on Ekadashi, if we don't eat grains on Ekadashi, not anything, we are eating aloo, but if you don't even eat rice on Ekadashi, the next day, Dvadashi, our tongue is craving for, rice. May not be true with, Western devotees, but for, certain Indian people, it is so. They need, the taste buds are asking for something, very spicy and, tasty things. Because on Ekadashi, there is nothing spicy or tasty to, savor. It's possible. So, but Krishna Eka Chitta, here Ambarish Maharaj his mind was completely fixed in Krishna, and he performed Abhisheka, and then he decorated the deities and he worshipped with various paraphernalia. And soon after that, he also worshipped the Brahmanas who were present there. The Brahmanas were also worshipped, they were all devotees, they were worshipped, as well as the Supreme Lord is also worshipped. Sri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Sarvopaskara Sampada, Sarvaushadhi Prabhriti Samasta Upakaranir Samriddhi Jekhane Tahar Dwara. Means Ambarish Maharaj, whose kingdom was flourishing with lot of wealth, opulence, that Ambarish Maharaj had performed this particular vrata. Akalpaihi Vibhushanir Dwara, he has decorated the deities. Tad Gatantara Bhavena Tadeka Manaskavaya, completely engaging his mind, fixing his mind in the Supreme Lord, not in anything else. Arthat, Tini Mahabhishekir Vidhan Anusare, Sarva Prakara Upakarana Sambhar Dwara, Abhishek Sampadan Purvak Vastra Alankar Gandha O Malyadi Puja Dravya Dwara, Tadgata Chitte Bhagavan Shri Krishner Puja Koriya, Samagata Nishkama Brahmana Ganeru Puja Koriya Chilan. Means, by fixing his mind completely at the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, he performed the bathing ceremony of the Lord as per the scriptural injunctions, and also by using various kinds of paraphernalia, he has decorated the Lord with the garments, with garlands, with sandalwood paste, with ornaments, etc. He decorated, and after that he also worshipped the Brahmanas who were also Nishkama, not desirous, they don't have any desires. Even they were also worshipped by Ambarish Maharaj. Gavang Rukma Vishaninam Rupyangrinam Suvasasam Paya Shilavayo Rupa Vatsopaskara Sampadam Prahinot Sadhu Viprabhyo Griheshu Nyarvudani Shat Bhojayitva Dvijanagre Swadvannam Gunavattamam Labda Kamair Anugyatah Paranayo Upachakrame Tasya Tarhatithihi Sakhat Durvasa Bhavana Bhagavan Abhut. तदनंतर अम्बरीश गृहे समागत साधु ओ विप्रदिक्के स्वर्णबद्ध श्रृंग ओ रौप्य मंडित चरण विशिष्टा सुवस्त्रे सुशोभिता एवं दुग्ध स्वभाव वयस रूप वत्स परिच्छद प्रभृति संपदयुक्ता षष्टि सहस्र गाभी दान करिलेन. And after that, Ambarish Maharaj, he had given lot of charity to all the sadhus and brahmanas who had assembled there. It is the scriptural injunction that after observing the Ekadashi Vrata on the day of Dwadashi, one should honor the brahmanas and the sadhus by giving them prasad as well as various things in charity. Then it will be called as complete. That vrata, that vow is called complete only when the brahmanas and the sadhus, they are honored with lot of giving charity as well as bhiksha. So Ambarish Maharaj also, what he did is, he had given 60,000 cows in charity to the sadhus. What kind of sadhus are they? What kind of cows are they? Swarnabadha Shringa. The horns of these cows were, covered with gold. The golden horns. Raupya Mandita Charana Vishishta. And the hoof prints, the hoof of the cows, they are covered with silver. Suvastre Sushobhita, and their body is covered with beautiful garments. Evam Dugdha Swabhava Vayaso Rupa Vatsa Parichhada Prabhriti. And the cows also have milk. The udders of the cows are filled with milk. They are milk yielding cows. And they are very, very gentle in their nature. The cows, not very angry or what do you call attacking cows, but very, very sweet natured cows. And those cows that are in a good age, not aged cows, that in the next couple of months they'll grow old and they will stop yielding milk. No, because when we give something in charity, we do the useless things which we think are useless. Anyway, okay, this has become not of great use, or I have used it for several years. No problem, you take this. But Ambarish Maharaj has not done that. He has given the cows that are covered, whose horns are covered with gold, whose hoofs are covered with silver, and whose body is covered with beautiful decorative garments, and those cows that are yielding milk and good natured and not very old, at the same time looking very beautiful, and they have calves also, because when the cow has calf, then the cow will yield more milk. So in this manner 60,000 cows have been offered in charity to all the sadhus in Mathura Mandal. ताहार पर अग्रे द्विजगण के उत्तम उत्तम गुणयुक्त स्वादु अन्न भोजन कराइया सिद्धिकाम ब्राह्मण गणेर आज्ञाक्रमे पारणेर उपक्रम करिलेन. And after that he made all the brahmanas seated, and then he offered beautiful first class prasad. Means here it is said swadu anna uttama gunayukta, very uttama guna means supreme quality food, that is also swadu, and very beautiful, very tasty. That prasad he had served all the sadhus, and after they were all satisfied, by seeking their permission, Ambarish Maharaj was about to break his fast. তখন যোগ বিভূতিমান দুর্বাসা অম্বরীশের নিকট অতিথি রূপে উপস্থিত হইলেন. As soon as he got the permission from the sadhus to break his fast, it is at that time Durvasa had come to his place as Atithi. Atithi means, it's ordinarily translated as guest. It's ordinarily translated as guest. But Atithi, even in India we use Atithi as a guest. But Atithi has a meaning. Tithi, Tithi, right? Tithi is a particular day. Atithi means not a particular day. Not a particular day means there is no particular day where it has been informed that he is coming. That's called Atithi. Means like these days the guests, they say, I am coming to your house in the afternoon for lunch, or I'll come for the dinner, or someone is inviting, please come to our house for lunch prasad, dinner prasad. He is not called as Atithi. You may call him as a guest, but he is not called Atithi. Atithi means Tithi is not known. When he is coming, it's not known. He is not invited, but he comes on his own whenever he feels like. That is Atithi. So Durvasa, without any invitation, on his own, he had come to the place where Ambarish Maharaj is observing this Ekadashi Vrata, and he has already given prasad to all the sadhus. He had given so much in charity to all of them, and he is ready to break his fast, and it is at that time Durvasa arrives. तमान अर्चातिथिं भूपः प्रत्युत्थानासना हने अर्हणे ययाचे अभ्यवहाराय पादमूलम उपागतः. राजा अम्बरीश प्रत्युत्थान पूजोपहार द्वारा अतिथि दुर्वासा के पूजा करले. And Ambarish Maharaj, he immediately went forward to welcome Durvasa. He stood up from where he was sitting. He walked towards Durvasa to welcome him, and Pujopahar Dwara, through worship, through offering various things to him, he worshipped Durvasa, who is an Atithi, who is a guest. परे ताहार पाद समीपे उपस्थित होइया भोजनार्थ प्रार्थना करिते लागलेन. Then he sat at the feet of Durvasa Rishi and then requested him, please accept prasad at my place today. You have come on a very, very auspicious tithi, and I would be greatly honored if you accept prasad here. So he sat at his feet and then requested him. Ambarish Maharaj is a king, emperor of the whole 7 continental earth planet. But still, how his behavior is in front of the sadhus, this is one of those examples. How much ever great one may be, in front of the sadhus and Supreme Lord, one has to always bow down. If one does not bow down in front of the Supreme Lord or in front of the sadhus, then due to his own mundane arrogance, he will soon face a severe fall down. Therefore, here Ambarish Maharaj, he sat at the feet of Durvasa and then he requested him. Pratinandya sa tang yancham कर्तुम आवश्यकं गतः निममज्ज बृहद्यायन कालिंदी सलिले शुभे. दुर्वासा अंबरीशर प्रार्थना सानंदे अंगीकार करिया नियमित माध्याह्निक कर्म करिते कालिंदी तटे गमन करिलेन. So he accepted, Durvasa accepted the request or the prayers of Ambarish Maharaj, because on Dvadashi day he has come, so he wanted to serve him by offering prasad. So Durvasa Muni has accepted the prayers of Ambarish Maharaj very blissfully, and in order to do his Madhyanika means that which is performed in the afternoon time, by taking bath and then performing the Gayatri recitation, chanting of the mantras. The Rishis, Munis, they would do all the 3 times in the day. So, in order to perform those ritualistic activities, he went to the banks of Kalindi river. ताहार पर ब्रह्मचिंता करते करते कालिंदीर पवित्र सल्ले निमग्न होइलेन. And after that, he meditated upon the Brahman, the Supreme, and thus, while meditating upon the Supreme, he entered into the waters of Kalindi or Yamuna. मुहूर्तार्धा अवशिष्टायां द्वादश्यां पारणं प्रति चिंतयामास धर्मज्ञो द्विजैस्तद्धर्म संकटे. एदिगे द्वादशी अर्धमुहूर्त मात्र अवशिष्ट तन्मध्ये पारण करिते होइबे. And on the other hand, there is only half a moment remaining of Dvadashi, during which time Ambarish has to break the fast. Here, the word used is muhurta, muhurta ardha, half of muhurta. Muhurta has two meanings. Muhurta, one muhurta, it means 48 minutes. According to time calculation, there are different classifications. Like, we, according to English classification, there are 24 hours, 365 days. One day has 24 hours, 24 hours. 1 hour has 60 minutes. 1 minute has 60 seconds. 1 second has 100 milliseconds. They are classified in this manner. In the previous yugas also, before this English, what do you call, classification of time has happened, before that, according to Sanskrit, there is, what do you call, classification of time. Muhurta actually signifies 48 minutes in one of the classifications. But muhurta also means moment. Moment. Muhurta kal means moment, just a moment. So, muhurtardheka means half of the moment is remaining within which Durvasa has to break his fast. Kenana Dvadashite Paran na kurile Vrata Vaigunya hoy. Because if one does not break the fast within this stipulated time on the Dvadashi, then the vrata, the vow of that particular, Ekadashi Tithi, whatever it is, it will be broken. It is not honored properly. এই রূপ ধর্ম সংকটে পড়িয়া ধর্মজ্ঞ রাজা অম্বরীশ দ্বিজগণ সহ বিচার করিতে লাগিলেন. So now Ambarish Maharaj is caught in dilemma. What I should do? Now, if I accept food, it will be disrespectful to the Brahmana whom I have invited. And on the other hand, if I don't do the paran, means if I don't break the fast, then it is disrespectful to Ekadashi, because it remains incomplete. Whatever I am doing is for the pleasure of Hari. He is not doing it for anything else. In order to please Hari, he is doing it. Therefore, I cannot eat, nor can I not eat. So he is in a dilemma what to do and what not to do. Okay, let him be in the dilemma for one more day. Cliffhanger, yeah. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय. परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय. नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय. श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री अम्बरीश महाराज की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि.